Stop cooking steak in a pan. Use an air fryer instead. Hi, it's Tracy here. Most people think a juicy steak has to be seared in a pan or cooked on a grill, but the truth is, an air fryer can do it even better. Today I will show you how to make a delicious, tender, juicy steak in the air fryer, with a beautiful crispy crust on the outside and juicy on the inside. Stay with me until the end. I'll make a side dish to go with the steak that tastes just like a restaurant. Let's get started. Before cooking, take the steaks out of the refrigerator and let them sit at room temperature for about 30 minutes. I'm using 2 beef steaks today, but this method works well with many different cuts of beef. This small step helps the meat cook more evenly from edge to center, so you won't end up with a cold middle and an overcooked outside. This small step makes a bigger difference than most people realize. While the steaks are resting, preheat your air fryer to 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius for about 10 minutes. A properly preheated air fryer will help create a delicious crispy crust on the outside while keeping the inside tender and juicy. Going back to the steaks after letting them rest long enough, the meat becomes more tender, fresh, and flavorful. At this point, dry them first, then season them with a little spice to give the steak a richer flavor. First, dry them by using a paper towel to gently pat the surface of each steak dry. This helps remove excess moisture so the outside can form a beautiful crispy crust instead of steaming during cooking. Next, season the beef with salt, black pepper, and a little chili powder. Sprinkle the seasoning evenly over the surface so each steak has a balanced flavor. Now the steak starts getting really good. After that, drizzle a little olive oil over the steaks. Gently rub it in, making sure the steaks are evenly coated. The olive oil helps the seasoning stick better and also creates a golden, crispy crust when the steak is cooked in the air fryer. After finishing one side, turn them over and repeat the process again, evenly sprinkling the seasoning, adding a little olive oil and rubbing it in once more. This step helps create a rich flavor and an attractive outer crust for your steak. After seasoning both sides of the steaks well, go ahead and cook them for the first round. When the air fryer has been preheated long enough, spray a light layer of oil into the basket to prevent sticking, then carefully place the steaks into the air fryer basket, making sure they are not overlapping. Leaving space between the steaks allows the hot air to circulate evenly, helping them cook more consistently. Since the air fryer is already preheated, you'll hear a gentle sizzling sound when you place the steaks in, which is very satisfying. Now set the temperature to 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius and start cooking. At this stage, the cooking time will depend on your preferred doneness. If you like medium rare, it will take about 7 to 8 minutes, while medium or well done will take a bit longer, around 9 to 11 minutes. You can adjust the time based on your preference and the thickness of the steaks. For this first round, I'm aiming for medium rare, so the goal is to create a nice crispy outer layer. The high heat helps form a golden, lightly crisp crust on the surface while keeping the juices locked inside. While waiting for the steak to cook, this is the perfect time to prepare a simple garlic butter that helps elevate the flavor of the dish. In a small bowl, add some softened butter, then prepare about 3 to 4 cloves of garlic, crush them, and finely mince. Garlic helps enhance the flavor of the steak. Next, prepare a little chopped parsley, and add it to the mixture along with the butter and garlic. Mix everything well until fully combined. The butter should be soft enough to blend easily, helping the garlic and parsley mix evenly. This garlic butter brings a rich, inviting aroma, along with a light freshness from the parsley, helping your steak reach a restaurant-quality flavor. After cooking for enough time in the first round, the steak already looks quite appealing. At this point, gently flip them so they cook evenly. Then place them back into the air fryer and continue cooking at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, about 200 degrees Celsius, for about 5 more minutes. You can adjust the doneness based on your preference. This second round of cooking helps both sides cook evenly, creating a balanced texture with a lightly crispy crust on the outside and a tender, juicy inside. When the steak is done, the next thing you need to do is open the air fryer basket. Then spread a thick layer of garlic butter on top of each steak. The heat from the meat will gently melt the butter, allowing it to soak into the surface and carry the rich flavor of garlic and parsley. After that, close the air fryer and let the steak rest for about half of the cooking time. This resting step is very important. It allows the juices inside the meat to redistribute evenly instead of running out when you cut into it. While the steak is resting, let's make the side dish I mentioned at the beginning of the video, which is creamy mashed potatoes. First, prepare about 3 medium-sized potatoes. Peel them, then cut them into evenly sized pieces. This helps the potatoes cook more evenly. Place the potatoes into a pot. Add enough water to cover them and bring them to a boil. Cook until the potatoes are soft and can be easily pierced with a fork. Then remove them and let them drain and place them into a large bowl. While the potatoes are still hot, use a potato masher to mash them right away. Mashing while they are hot will make the potatoes smoother and easier to work with. Once the potatoes are fully mashed, add 20 grams of unsalted butter and stir well, allowing the heat from the potatoes to melt the butter completely so it blends in and creates a rich, buttery flavor. Next, add a little heavy cream and milk to make the mixture smoother and creamier. Mix everything well until fully combined. Finally, to enhance the flavor, add a little salt and black pepper. Give it one last stir and your mashed potatoes are ready to serve alongside your juicy steak. Now everything is ready. It's time to bring it all together and enjoy the result. Carefully take the steak out and place it on a plate. You can see the beautiful golden crust on the outside, while the inside remains tender and juicy. Next, add a generous scoop of the creamy mashed potatoes you just made right beside the steak, and add a little parsley on top for garnish. The smooth, rich texture of the potatoes pairs perfectly with the bold flavor of the steak. As you cut into the steak, you'll notice how juicy it is inside, holding all the flavor. Each bite is tender with a light crisp on the outside and a rich, savory taste on the inside. When enjoyed together with the mashed potatoes, the combination becomes even more satisfying. The creamy, slightly rich potatoes balance the strong flavor of the steak, creating a delicious and well-balanced meal. This simple combination truly completes the dish, just like something you would enjoy at a fine restaurant, but made right in your own kitchen. And that's how you can make a perfectly tender and juicy steak in the air fryer served with creamy mashed potatoes, all with simple steps right at home, but with restaurant-quality flavor. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Tracy Tips for more easy cooking ideas. Will you try this recipe? I'd love to know your results. Leave a comment below. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.